everyone, Ian from Summit Bicycles here in Orange County at Cervelo headquarters alongside Maria. How are you, Maria?
Good, thank you.
Maria, you want to tell everyone your title here?
Yeah, I'm the Director of Product Management for Cervelo.
Yeah. I secretly practiced trying to remember that title and it failed, so we just went with asking on film. So there we go. So we got a new bike here. This is Cervelo's new Soloist. For those of you who don't know, the Soloist actually has quite a bit of history at Cervelo. It won a lot of races, kind of led the way in a big way for Aero Road. But you didn't start out with this project saying, let's go make the Soloist, right?
No, we didn't.
So how did it come about?
Yeah, so the typical way a project starts is we identify, a problem to solve, so to speak. So maybe it's a customer we're not reaching necessarily, or in this case, the S5 and the R5 are very premium, very specific use case bikes, and reality is not everybody can purchase both of those bikes to get the use case for each of them. Mm-hmm. So while looking at what that problem was and defining the solution for it, we realized that we're actually coming back to some of our roots, and it has a lot of the same characteristics and use case intentions that the first Soloist did.
Got it. So in the way I've heard it described is the R5, S5 had a baby, and it's the Soloist.
Yeah, that's a simple way of saying it for sure. Yeah.
I understand that.
Right.
That's good for me. All right, so let's get into the specific features of the bike. How did you blend, parts of the R series and S series into this bike?
Yeah, sure. So I think the really basic way to explain it is that S5 is a very, very fast bike. It's very slippery in the wind tunnel, but because of so much surface area, it tends to be on the heavier side when you look at like a full product range. On the flip side, the R5 is intended to be very light, very stiff. It's intended for Grand Tour type of winning riders. They have to do a lot of climbing. But because we need to make it so light, it's not as aerodynamic as the S5. So in order to provide a single tool for, let's say, most riders who are purchasing bikes on their own with their own money, we wanted to give them the best of both worlds. So it has a lot of the aerodynamic features of the S5, but we've reduced that surface area to keep the weight down, basically by truncating what's called the aero profile shape of the tubes.
Got it. Okay, great. Do you want to talk a little bit about the handling and geometry of the bike?
Sure. If anyone's familiar with our R5, they could get on this bike and feel very comfortable. The fit for stack and reach is identical, and the handling of the bike, so the way the bike steers, is very similar to the R5 as well. That's
great. Yeah, and so it's again, being the child of S and R, it is lighter than S but stiffer than R, right? It's kind of that sweet spot.
Yeah, well, it's actually the stiffness to weight profile of R5, mm-hmm. But we say it's lighter than S5 and faster than R5 in the wind tunnel.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. And let's get into a very common question, at least at the shop we always hear, is tire clearance, wheels, all that stuff. So what sort of tires is this bike designed around? What's the max it can take? All that stuff.
Yeah, so we're going to use some of the reserve wheels that we've been working on with that team over the last several years. The 4044s are what the bike will come with. That's a 40 millimeter profile in the front, 44 in the rear. But the internal is quite wide, it's 25 millimeters. So we're pairing that with a 28 millimeter tire. So the bike is intended to allow for enough space for that wide of a rim, but you can go even wider if you want to. It has space for up to a 34 millimeters of tire and rim combination.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's impressive. Okay, great. Another cool detail with this bike is it's using a bottom bracket system that we haven't seen a lot on your bikes, but it is on the R5 CX currently. You want to talk about the new bottom bracket for this guy?
Yeah, sure. So we introduced it first on R5 CX, like you mentioned. However, that bike's not quite available yet for sale. So for Cervelo, we've maintained a BB Right system for quite a long time, which is a press fit system, but it's much wider than, say, like a standard 68 millimeter bottom bracket. And we still feel very strongly about the performance value that you get out of that system. So what we've done with this bike is we've maintained that width that gives you that stiffness value, but we've made it a threaded system. We still have one internal and one external bearing, but it's threaded into the frame versus a press fit system.
Got it. Let's talk about the front end. There's quite a bit going on. There's cable routing, fit, a number of features there. You want to go into that?
Yeah, sure. So we've actually designed an all-new cable routing system for us. So we've adapted a system that allows the cables to go into the upper bearing cover. And what that does is makes the system compatible with aftermarket bars and stems. So if you have riders that prefer something very specific, they can do that. However, with our system, we've added a nice little clip to the bottom of the stem so you can grab the cables and keep them nice and clean underneath. So from the rider's perspective, point of view looking down, everything looks completely integrated.
Yeah, that's really clean. And this does take wireless and wired.
It does, yes.
Right? Yeah, okay. And then still kind of staying in the fit world, the seat post offset is kind of taking some refinement just regarding trends and fitting and that sort of thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
So what we've noticed is fits are becoming much more further forward over the bottom bracket than they used to. So we've gone away with developing any new 25 millimeter offset seat posts. So instead, we're offering a 15 mil offset for the larger sizes.
Great. Awesome. Let's touch on frame weight. What's just the frame? How much?
910 grams.
And that's no fork, just the frame, right?
Right, that's correct.
And price points, it starts at $2,700 for the frame and fork.
Frame and fork and seat post.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Great. And then complete start at $3,500
Yeah.
for 105, and they go up to
6,800 for Ultegra DA2 or Force.
Great. And that force axis comes with
It does come with a power meter. Yep.
Yeah.
So Ultegra DA2 and Force both also have carbon wheels.
Very
So
good.
race
Cool.
ready.
Awesome. All right, and the most important detail of all, we always leave this last, colors.
Yeah, so we're going to offer this bike in 3 different colors. We have a black version, which is it's a clear coat over just the raw carbon, so you can kind of see the weave a little bit. And we're doing a really fun, sort of vibrant color, which is we're calling gold dust. It's a gold base with a very heavy speckle to it.
Yeah.
And the third color is called Alpenglow. It's a white base with a pearl clear coat over the top. So in the sun, it changes a little bit and it's very dynamic.
That's cool. There's going to be a requirement that you need to get above 1,000 watts for the gold one, right?
That's right, most likely.
Cool. Awesome. They come with white shoes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Very good. Cool. Well, awesome. Thanks, Maria, so much.
Of course.
We're excited about this bike. Super cool that it's Cervelo's, bringing back the Soloist. It's been such a significant bike.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it.
Yeah, very good. All right. Well, thanks, everyone. We appreciate your time. Come by the store, shoot us an email, visit our website, summitbicycles.com, and we'll see you soon.